All living organisms are classified into groups based on very basic shared characteristics. Organisms within each group are then further divided into smaller groups. These smaller groups are based on more detailed similarities within each larger group. This grouping system makes it easier for scientists to study certain groups of organisms. Characteristics such as appearance, reproduction, mobility, and functionality are just a few ways in which living organisms are grouped together. These specialized groups are collectively called the classification of living things. The classification of living things includes 7 levels: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Placing of an organism into these 7 levels is called taxonomy. Let's look at kingdom. The most basic classification of living things is the kingdom. Currently, there are 5 kingdoms, which include bacteria, fungi, protoctista, plants, and animals. Living things are placed into certain kingdoms based on how they obtain their food, their types of cells that make up their body, and the number of cells they can contain. The next level is the phylum in the classification of living things. It's an attempt to find some kind of physical similarities among organisms within any kingdom. These physical similarities suggest that there is a common ancestor among these organisms in a particular phylum. Okay, so an example would be in the kingdom animal, there exists 2 categories, vertebrates and invertebrate. Vertebrates are animals that have a backbone inside their body. The major group includes fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. And invertebrates don't have a backbone. They either have a soft body like worms and jellyfish, or a hard outer casing covering their body like spiders and crabs. After phylum, we can further divide organisms into class, where organisms have even more in common than those of an entire phylum. So as we can see, the trend is as we go further down the levels, we require the traits of organisms to be even more and more specific, until we finally reach down to genus and species, where at that point we have also obtained an organism's scientific name, which is a combination of the genus and the species. For example, for humans, our genus is Homo and our species is Sapien. Therefore, our scientific name is Homo sapiens.